Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. So today we've got a bit of an interesting video. So we're going to be testing if ChatGPT can trade. So I've seen a lot of this over social media, mainly Twitter actually, people showing screenshots of ChatGPT presenting really good trades and also showing really bad trades. So I'm curious as to whether we could actually make money with ChatGPT, just with technical analysis. So what I'm using here is a website called FX Replay. This is not sponsored. I don't have any affiliate with them, but it's a good website to backtest strategies and test things out, and generally just go back in time and have a look at the charts. So this is on GBP USD. On the 1 hour chart, you can see we've given the ChatGPT $50,000 to play with. There's been no trades so far, so we'll take the first one here. So what I'm going to do is I will take a screenshot, and the reason I'm interested in this here is because we've got quite an interesting level through here. So you can see we've got resistance. It kind of broke through and it acted as support, and now we're back at this level. So from my point of view, this is looking quite bullish. We've broken through the highs, seen strong momentum to the upside. The problem is it's quite high. So if I was trading this personally, I would want to see a pullback to sort of this level through here, to this golden zone. That's how I would play this, and we would go in for a long, potentially here. Now, of course, this is all, hindsight, and well, not hindsight, it's all like back testing. So I'm not doing proper analysis really, but that's just my 2 cents on this. So what we'll do is we'll copy this chart image, we'll give it to ChatGPT, and we'll say, you are a professional day trader. You have been tasked with placing a trade on GBP USD. Please, what will you do? Be very clear. Okay, so that's interesting. It's given us a sell order. So entry is here. So we'll go in and mark up this short position at market price. Stop loss is at 1.36. Take profit is 134. So it's going for just over a 1-to-1, which I don't think is a bad idea necessarily. So we'll go ahead and place this order on FX Replay. So we'll use 1% of the current balance. Take profit is in the right place. So that's fine. So we'll save that, and the position is now open. So let's play through and we'll see what happens. I don't think it gave any management. No, there's no management shown. So we'll just leave all these trades to play. I don't think ChatGPT provides any trade management rules. So whether it's stop loss, take profit, we'll see. So if this was a trade for me, I would have closed out by now. You can see that there is a nice support that's sort of formed around here. So after this, even the second to third touch, I would have closed out and just took the profits, because this is really ugly. I know ChatGPT can't see that in the future, but it didn't provide management, so we'll just let it go. Okay, so there we go. We did actually hit our take profit here for 1.29%. So that's not a bad thing. However, this trade was ugly. This isn't ChatGPT's fault, but it's not a very clean trade. So what we'll do is we'll play through, we'll find another spot and see if we can find another setup. And this time I won't have a box. So on the previous image up here, I showed ChatGPT's level of resistance. And I think that was cheating, because I didn't let it create its own idea, really. I gave it something to work from. So what we'll do is I'll come back to you when I found something new. Okay, so we're here. So we're not too far off from where we were in the previous trade. So now we're very clearly in a downwards trend. We're seeing nice pullbacks. It looks quite healthy. So I would be looking to go into shorts at some point. Now, I don't really have an idea on where I would like to short this personally. However, on a short-term time frame, or short-term perspective, we do have a 50% pullback here. which is something to keep in mind. And we do have this bearish candle. So what we'll do is we will put this into ChatGPT and we'll say exactly the same thing, and we'll see what it gives us. So this is quite interesting. I've noticed it does give two options. Even when I don't give it any analysis to work from, it still gives us a continuing downtrend or a counter trend trade. However, it seems to preference one. So in this situation, just like the previous one, it's gone for the short position. So it seems to like the trend following. Well, in this case, he likes to see the trend following system, whereas in the first one, it seemed to like the first option of expecting a reversal at a level of resistance. So we'll take these levels and we'll plug them in and we'll see what it gives us. What I also quite like is that it uses these round numbers. So obviously the entry price, if market executing, it can't always give us a round number or a psychological number, but you can see the take profit level is at 1.3, which I think is quite nice. And even the stop loss isn't too far off from a psych number, which is good. I quite like using psychological numbers. It's also accounted for this previous high here, and it's put a stop just above this previous high, which again is quite nice. The only downside to this trade is it's not even a 1-to-1, it's a 1 to 0.78. However, that's not necessarily a bad thing. You can make money with negative R&R if your win rate is high. So again, we'll enter this trade and we'll see how it goes. Okay, there we go. Really clean. So far it's 2 for 2. So you can see our profit is now up to $1,027, which not bad at all. I'm not mad about that. Definitely interested to see how this does over the long term, because obviously 2 trades, it's not enough to determine if something actually works or not. It's like a coin flip, really. So again, I'll come back to you in a moment with a new setup and we can see again how it goes. There is something here that I quite like. So we do have this level of resistance that was formed. We've now seen the sort of breakout and this looks like a retest to me. So I don't think the fib works here perfectly. It doesn't, but it does line up with this level of resistance. We can see this does actually extend back here. So to me, I would be looking to go long here. So we'll see how ChatGPT does. We'll see what it spits out for us. So let's just do the same thing. We'll copy the chart over. So I've had to swap over to Gemini, which is Google's version of ChatGPT. It used to be called Bard because I refuse to pay for ChatGPT. I just don't use it enough to warrant paying for it. So we'll swap over. I mean, I don't think we'll see much of a difference in terms of the answers. So this worked, but it took a bit more bit more guidance than ChatGPT did. First of all, it wouldn't tell me anything. It's, wanted more information, which to be honest is actually quite good. I don't think people should be just plugging charts in and taking positions based on this. However, for this example, obviously for this video, that's a bit annoying. So then I told it just to give me a simple buy or sell. With that, you don't need to worry about the extra information. And it's still it just gave me a sell. So then I needed the levels. So it's finally given us this. It's given us a sell on pound dollar. The entry is current market price. Stop loss is at this level. So interesting that it wants to short. Take profit is there's no clear visible support levels. You have 2 options. Target a specific common level. This take profit will be here. So that's what we'll do. So we'll just take this level and we'll do that. So it's, wow, that's huge. Actually, it's going for a really large R&R position here. I don't like this personally. I first of all don't want to short this. I would more be looking towards going long. And if I was to go short, my stop loss would be ideally above here. So let's see how this one works out. Yeah, not too impressed with this position, but I could be wrong. And so far, I have been quite wrong. It's doing quite well for itself. It's just a weather, it doesn't really matter how it goes now unless it hits our take profit or stop loss. So I'll come back to you when we have a result. So believe it or not, guys, this actually worked. I'll eat my own words. I was wrong. AI was right. And this position is huge, for an AI or a machine learning model to take just a very simple move that was here with no other direction really. This worked out surprisingly well. So you can see I've now realized profit is $4,200. So again, we'll move on. I'll find a new trade and we can take it from there and see what happens if we can continue this win streak. Okay, so here is another one. Now, the only thing I really see here is this previous level of support we've now broken through. And again, this could just be a break and retest. So if you're curious as to why I keep drawing fibs and simple levels like this, it's, if you want to follow my strategy, you want to learn how I trade, there's a link, first link in the description. It's free, 20-minute video. I don't want, there's no paywall. I don't want your email. You can watch it totally free. But that will explain my strategy quite well. So again, we'll copy this image. So it's looking to go in for a sell again. So it's current market price, which is fine. We can do that. Stop loss around this level, so we'll just put it at that level. I wonder if this is going to be a really high R&R trade again. So again, we'll just take this take profit level, because there's not really anywhere for. Hold on, that's really interesting actually, that it's suggesting a take profit of 1 to 2. So it would be 1.26. So it's looking for a sell. However, that level of 1.26 is above entry. So I'm a bit confused what it's suggesting there. So because it's looking for a 1 to 2, we'll just put it at a 1 to 2. So this is actually a lot larger than the previous trade. So you can see this, compare both of these two positions. This one is actually more of my type of trade. I'm quite happy to take something like this actually on a real account. So let's see how it goes. We'll place the order again, 1% of the current balance. So similar situation as the first trade we placed. We've got quite a lot of ranging actually. Most of this trade has been spent in drawdown. So it'll be interesting to see how it turns out, because so far we're on a pretty nice winning streak. We've not had any disappointments so far. And we've just had another take profit. This is actually pretty crazy, really, that, I mean, it's difficult because I don't think this is all because of, ChatGPT or Gemini saw this was going to happen. I think it's more just following the trend and hoping for the best, which is working. And I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing, especially with positions like this, where we have a large stop loss to account for pullbacks and ranges within these trends, and it's just following the general movement of the market. I think that's kind of the way I trade essentially, but obviously I have more strict rules and things. But yeah, I'm actually quite impressed so far. Although it doesn't matter how impressed I am, I would never suggest to do this on live account. I would never ever say that this is a good idea to really follow these types of trades. This is obviously just for entertainment purposes and more curiosity, to be honest. So what we'll do is we'll play through again. I'll come back to you when I've found a new potential trade. Okay, so what we have here is a continuation of this downwards trend, and we seem to now be starting to move more to the upside after some serious downwards movement on the pound dollar. So what I'd be looking for here is a move to the upside, or a continuation to the upside. So again, what we'll do is copy this image and we'll ask it to give us these levels. Okay, so you can't seem to find anything on this one. So what we'll do is we'll play through and try and find another position where it can analyze and find a trade for us. So what we kind of want to do is let it find its own ideas. We don't want to coerce it into trying to find something, because then it's not I don't want to say natural, because that's not the right word, but you know what I mean. It's not an idea that it came up with by itself. It's me trying to force it to do something. So that's not the best idea. Okay, so we can try again here. So what we have is quite a nice move to the downside after a short move up, a bit of consolidation. So here I'd just be looking to go in for shorts again. So I wonder if it will agree with me. Okay, so it's looking to sell again, which I agree with. So we'll go in and place our short at market price. We have our stop loss at 123.5 and a take profit at 122. It's strange. It's doing the same thing again. So it's looking at a price and it's not accounting for the trade direction. So it's saying 100 pips below entry. So we'll just do that because, again, it seems to be a bit flustered. I'm not sure what it's really doing. So it's looking for something like this. So let's take this stop loss again. Okay, so that's strange. So it's market price. Where does it think? So it's not looking at the current market price, which is really, really strange. So what we'll do is we'll just take these pips. So we'll just take it as a 25 pip stop loss, which is just around here. I mean, this is ridiculous. I really don't like the look of this. I think the stop loss is way too tight to this previous high. But again, I said this with the previous trade that hit 6R. You know, I could be wrong. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, there we go. Wiped out completely. So this is a trade I really didn't like. You know, I'm not really sure what's going on with Gemini. So we'll play through again, and I'll try and make it more clear what the current market price is, so then it can give us a more accurate take profit and stop loss, because at the moment it seems to not really understand where the market actually is, which is confusing. I'm not sure why, because the first trade was fine. It didn't seem to have that problem. But it seems to be running into a bit of a roadblock at the minute. Okay, so let's do it here. Okay, so let's do it here. So we've got, again, a nice move to the downside. I assume at this point in time, news came, something must have happened that weakened price quite significantly. We're now seeing sort of a typical move after news where we sort of range and consolidate before either coming back down to the news low or correcting the whole move. So it'll be interesting, again, to see what ChatGPT or what Gemini thinks of this. Okay, so I've asked it this time and I've just told it what the current market price is. So what could have been happening is it's taking in, you know, the previous trade levels and assuming that's where current price is. Although I'm not too sure because we do have a level up here, but yeah, it might have been getting confused with previous things on the chart. So here we go. So stop loss. So I assume we'll be going in for we're going in for a buy at the current market price. Stop loss is here, and the take profit is at 1.09. So it's actually going in for a really interesting. So it's saying it's 4 pips away, but that's just not the case. Okay, so these are the statistics so far of the AI test, I guess you want to call it. So the problem we've had so far is that ChatGPT, you need to have a membership, which I might do to finish off this video. But also Gemini doesn't seem to understand levels very well. So on all of the trades, apart from I think the first one, I've had to help it in a sense. I've had to sort of be a bit discretional with the levels it gave me, which isn't good. If you're trying to do something like this where you need accurate levels and clear direction, it's not the best. So I think ChatGPT is the best way to go because it's just a lot more simple and it seems to recognize things a lot better. So you can see we had an 83.3% win rate. Of course, we only had 6 trades so far. However, those 6 trades yielded 4.8% gain. So that's a 9.6% gain. So it's $4,801,000. We started with 50,000. Average R&R is 2.6. Average duration is 14 hours. Actually, interesting. Total winners 5. Best win was 6.3%. This 6% trade that Gemini gave us was huge. That really helped the account. Our losses were stuck to 1%, which was nice. Of course, that was from me though, not from the AIs. Only 1 loss, which again, that's just because Gemini doesn't seem to understand the levels that I'm trying to provide it, or the charts that I provide it. So again, I think, if you want to try and recreate this, stick to ChatGPT. But yeah, to be honest, I'm very surprised by how well this worked. So this one that ended in a loss could have been moved to break even, apparently. Which again, that's quite interesting that if we had some human input on this to manage the trades, we could have something that could work here. But again, I don't want you to come away from this and say that this does work, it doesn't work. Of course, it's a very small sample size. I was just more curious to see if this worked. I thought it would make an interesting video. So yeah, feel free to go and test it for yourself, of course. But yeah, please don't go away from this and go to ChatGPT asking for signals and trying to take those every day, because I am almost certain over a long period of time that these results will be much, much worse. That's it. I may do a part 2 to this where we take it a bit further and we do a lot more testing, because I think that'll be interesting. I'm still very curious about how this will perform in the long term. So of course, leave a like and subscribe. Let me know, if you've enjoyed this video, if you want me to try and do a more long-term version or a longer form video. And I definitely will. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you very soon.